Hi guys, C Chronicles here, back again with another fragrance review video. If you're joining us here for the very first time, guys, I post fragrance related content on this platform and would very much appreciate it if you did consider joining us by subscribing. To those who are returning, thank you so much for the continued support. I appreciate you guys as always. Today we have a new one from Maison Alhambra. It's not exactly 100 new, like new, but it's new within my collection. This one is called Gusta, and this is the presentation, guys. And this one has been said to be in the same vein as Tiziana Terenzi's Gumin. Now, I do not have Gumin, so I'm going to give you my thoughts based on this one independently. Okay, it sits in there. It's got a gigantic top, something that reminds me of Ajwat. Okay, so we're going to give this one a quick spray, Gusta, on my arm, and then I'm going to tell you my thoughts. For those who want to see the atomizer, that is the atomizer, guys, for this fragrance. Okay, now first impressions with this fragrance, and I haven't had it for more than 10 days, is opens up with a sharp, prominent citrus there. So it's going to come across as fruity with the emphasis on an intense citrus. A bit of a sharpness there, like a metallic sharpness to that citrus, to an extent for some coming across as very tangy there. And almost immediately on my arm and in my scent bubble, it screams that I am not your typical citrus, if you will. So by this I mean, if I am to recommend the obvious citruses, I would have to explain the type of citrus this one is, because it has a lot of twists going on in there. The DNA itself comes across as built around the Creed Silver Mountain water DNA. And do remember I said this one is inspired by Tiziana Terenzi's Gumin, but I am giving you mental shortcuts of fragrances that I have interacted with before. So do expect that, Creed Silver Mountain DNA as like a base, where you're going to get like a sea salt note there, a little bit of a freshness, a little bit of an aquaticness and an ozonicness there. But not exactly being your quintessential freshie. And something that I get from the awkwardness of Guinea. So there is like a mineral note again that builds this DNA. So to my nose is coming across as a fragrance that is trying to be different. Okay, it is coming across as I am your summer scent, but not your typical one. You cannot outright walk in a store and pick this particular fragrance and say, okay, I smelled a thousand fragrances that smell like this. This has got like a uniqueness to it, to an extent, even trying a little too hard there. I do get an awkwardness, a strangeness, if you will, in this fragrance, something that's quite complex to describe, but of course identifying with like a summer fragrance. Some of you are going to get like that laundry feel, but everything in this is coming across as intensified. The mid of this fragrance presents soft florals, but at the same time it's giving you a bit of everything. Like I cannot outright say this is just a floral. It's going to give you a little bit of fruitiness, a little bit of citrusiness there, a light sweetness there, and a light floralness there, without exactly identifying, say for instance, as just a floral. And then the base of this is going to have a woody tone to it. And I think it is that woody tone and this fragrance that's kind of giving it longevity, because this is one of the long-lasting ones. In as much as I haven't had it for the longest time, this is a fragrance that lasts till the next wash, especially on my clothes and the whole day on my arm. So it's one of those that if you like the DNA, it's really going to, do it for you. You're going to enjoy it the most. If you don't, it's going to even be a scrubber, because it's one of those guys that has like that sharp metallicness to it, almost like it's a zingy, tangy feel to it, a feel of like a water accord without exactly being a freshie, but it's definitely going to give you that sea salt note, in it. And that is what I can say about this one, guys. DNA wise, or let me say fragrance family, is going to be on the summer, type of style of fragrances. But of course, with the potential to cross over to other seasons because of the depth that this fragrance presents, because of the use of the woods there. So it does have a woody, undertone as a backdrop to this fragrance, which gives it a longevity which is not typical with, your quintessential summer scent. So this is not going to be like your lighty or like a typical freshie, but at the same time, it's going to fall under that umbrella of fragrances where it's undoubtable that there is a use of aquatic notes in this fragrance. So yeah, it gives you a bit of everything there, to an extent, trying too hard, but likable at the same time. This is going to be a DNA that's not going to totally shock you if you have put your nose on especially Ganymede, and of course that Creed Silver Mountain Water, because Offset, when I just sprayed it for the first time, I could recognize it because I do have Mahashan Silver within my collection, which is a 101 inspiration of Creed Silver Mountain Water, and there was remnants of it in this fragrance, guys, however intensified, however with that loud saltiness there, however with a metallic tone that's a bit on the, you know, upside there, and a breezy undertone to it, and a summery, you know, leaning tone to it without necessarily being a gym scent. So I do hope I have decoded this one as much as I can based on, you know, my thoughts of it, because like I said, I do not have you know, Gumin within my collection. Gender, this is going to be unisex, but let me say 70% masculine leaning, all right, without being a quintessential male scent. It's just going to have like that 70% masculine tone, because it doesn't give me like you know, a typical sweetness that is synonymous with a lot of feminine fragrances. However, it is definitely in the unisex cap. So if you wanted to purchase this one, even to gift a male or female, this is one that's going to do. I am just trying to be as, you know, to describe this as much as I can, so that you do get a mental shortcut of what is going on with what. This is another one that's going to be a compliment getter, guys, because of the, you know, that intensity that it has. Citruses that do not come across as your obvious citruses, something I get in this fragrance without it being a dupe of this one. If you watched a full review of this, I did say this is a citrus toned fragrance with a difference, right? I put this one under Venti. I wouldn't put this one under Venti, so do expect a bit of a surprise with this one. A fragrance that's going to give you the lasting power there. So it's going to be summery, but under the beast performing fragrances, capable of lasting till the next wash, even on a few sprays, on skin lasting the whole day. It's going to be a compliment getter because of that, and it's also going to leave a trail. That is what I can say about Gusta, guys, from Maison Alhambra, in addition to my collection, which I am enjoying at the moment. Do let me know in the comment section your thoughts about this fragrance, and we can discuss more about it, guys. And while you're at it, do turn on post notifications. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this video, guys, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.